Hi everyone, welcome back to Meet Our Team, episode 3.
We are so excited to be joined today by Blake Vartanian, chairman of the board. So Blake, let's start off with you just giving us a little bit of your background.
So I became licensed in 1981 and I worked at a business that had nothing to do with real estate in the way of sales. And one of the things that got to me was I looked across the room and I saw the people who were working there were making the same money as me. I was 22 years old and some of them were in their 50s and 60s. And I said, that is not what I want for my future. So that got me started in the real estate profession. Also knowing that my parents and grandparents had spent some time in the real estate profession. I had a general understanding of the entrepreneurial and capitalistic views of the real estate professionals and what they were looking to accomplish.
So tell us your inspiration behind Realty Pro 100.
So in the concept of Realty Pro 100, it actually came to me in a single flow of consciousness in this August of 2017. I wasn't looking to create the business in the mindset of myself, the way the universe works. Sometimes gifts are given to you and you're not sure what to do with them. So I wrote out the business plan and I actually sat at my desk for 5 or 6 hours and I completely was exhausted when I had the end of this vision that came to me. I put it aside and I took it to a friend and trusted colleague and I said, this whole premise starts with the question, why do real estate agents, after being in business for 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 years, why do they have to continue to lead generate? And then the second question was, why do agents continue to discount their commission believing they are winning? And I thought, these are two provocative questions, and I wrote the solutions down, and I thought, I'll leave this for someone else to do, but I'm gonna go and take it to a friend and see what they say. And the friend was not actually in the real estate business, but an affiliate to the real estate business. And a couple days later, they called me up and they said, I'm sorry to tell you, you have to do this. And they knew I didn't want to have to do this because I've climbed the mountain a number of times. I know the price and personal sacrifice that goes into it. I know the ugliness that gets said about people who want to achieve at a high level. Without any evidence, oftentimes in our industry, people just take shots at people and many times they have an opinion that's negative to you and they've never even met you. They've never sat down for a single idea or exchange of information, yet they know you frontwards and backwards. And I think, where does this judgment come from? So that curiosity continues to push me forward because I know there's a price to be paid. I made that decision to launch Realty Pro 100 with Realty being what we do, professional being who we are. 100 being the total number of people we want in any organizational location because of multiple things. The first would be that we want only the most talented and driven people who are willing to collaborate with others. We want that selfless contribution to the organization because winning requires being able to give back in order for people to respect you for your winning. 2, that we continue to build on a foundation that was set by the generations that came before us. The traditional values of being respectful and professional and working to support one another and to encourage and nurture and foster the fact that it's not about the name on the building as much as it is about the success of the people who work in that building. The fact that they know that they can have unlimited success and access to opportunities. So while there are industry disruptors who are attempting to put the traditional real estate model out of business, we were in Nordstrom's during the time we were looking to launch this business and Nordstrom's was full. And yet we've been led to believe that everything is online and that nobody is buying in the stores. And I looked across the store and there were lots of millennials buying, there were lots of families in Nordstrom's, and it was just a Wednesday of an ordinary week. And I thought, maybe this whole hype about the technology is really that. Maybe it's not 70 or 80% of the people are starting their search online. Maybe it's the fact that the real estate agents haven't stayed in touch with their clients that has caused people to look for other opportunities. Or maybe even they lost touch with their agent because they were busy with their lives and they can't even remember the name of who sold them the house that they bought 5 or 10 years ago. And that's okay. That's on us. But if we expect to change the industry and develop into the future, we have to change the way we go about the delivery of real estate. In that, if I ask someone to pay me a 6% commission or even 7%, what is the value I'm going to give back to them? If I'm selling $1 million house and I'm getting a 1.5% commission, I'm basically getting the same commission I could get back in 1985, 86, 87 on the sale of a property. Why am I doing that?
Yeah.
We need to stop as an industry and question, are our practices really serving the future of our industry or only encouraging the demise of our industry? So those are the questions that are driving me to think about and to work towards the future of our industry, where we have these wonderfully big companies that go out and tell people that they're successful because of their brand. And for those people who want to believe that, that's great. For those people who want to work in a discount model, that's great. For those people who want to work in an environment where you're limited to a regional office with 100 top-minded professional people who are all there to support one another in a collegial way and to help each other make the maximum return on their investment of time, effort, and energy, because we give more to other people than we get back in return, but there's still value there. So the example I would say is, if I gave you this and you gave me back 45 times this, you would probably feel that that's unfair. But as a real estate professional, I believe that if I'm going to ask you to give me this, it's my responsibility to return 12, 20, 30, 40 times back. That's my personal and professional belief. And that's how I've won year in and year out for all the years that I've been in the profession, is that I try to leave people better off than how I found them.
So that goes right into our next question. So you're starting your 40th year in real estate. What keeps you motivated to keep going?
What keeps me motivated is that the journey's not done. I've thought about it and I saw, if I have all this knowledge and experience in building other brands, helping agents succeed at a high level, and I take it to the grave, I haven't served my highest and best use. So I'm 60 years old. I make no apologies for that. I've spent years practicing at a high level and years kind of sitting on the sideline, more or less observing and watching and talking to people and being a curious. In some cases, I'd say I've had a hate-love relationship with the real estate industry, because it sometimes has been that temptress who's called me to serve, and when I've served, all I felt like when I was done was I got beat up and kicked to the curb. But I'm not a victim. It's just people in their natural behavior in a competitive environment. So I like to compete, but I also like to leave people with no ability to say that they have an actual example of how I contributed to their life and damaged their life, either reputationally, spiritually. I may have held them accountable, but that's different. Mm-hmm. Because the one thing you usually hear in a criticism about someone else is what that other person did to cause that relationship to go the way that it did. Right. So self-accountability and us as an industry taking responsibility, that's part of what's driving me, is to demonstrate that we haven't had our best days yet, that we're all humans, we all fail in one way or another, we're all flawed in one way or another, but that as the years go by, we learn and we develop into a better version of ourselves. So if we compete with ourselves on a daily basis to be better, we were either better today or we were better yesterday, but either way, we know that there's a better version of ourselves that exists, and the more we build on that foundation, the better off the entire industry will be, and we'll stop the people who are looking to make every real estate agent basically a commodity as a means to an end, as opposed to the reason why the real estate industry should remain in the traditional values that it was founded on, which is I bring you opportunity. In exchange for that opportunity, I get rewarded well and paid so that I can have an independent and successful life. That's what the true values of the real estate profession were all about. So thank you for taking the time to listen.
Of course. So I hope you all enjoyed getting to know Blake more. I know I enjoyed it. So we'll catch you on the next episode.
Bye. Did you want to do it again?
No. Is this being recorded right now?
Yeah, it is. Mic drop.
Yeah. Cut.
Good.